It's time for Rabbi Minkowicz's Weekly Torah Lesson, a place where life's most difficult questions are answered. Here with his spiritual perspective and insight, Rabbi Minkowicz.
Welcome to this week's Torah lesson. This week's Torah portion is Parsha Shemini. The question of the week is, how can you be passionately connected in all areas of your life? So in this week's Torah portion, Parsha Shemini, we find something profound. On one hand, we're opening up with Vayihi Bayom HaShmini. It was a very, very powerful and special day. It was the 8th day of the dedication of the temple. 7 days, they put up the temple and took it down. On the 8th day, it remained there standing strong. Tremendous miracles happened that day. Fire came down from heaven. The story with Nadav and Avihu that passed away because they were in such a high. So the Jewish people were experiencing the greatest heights. Nevertheless, at the end of the Torah portion, it deals with pure and impure animals, up until the point of the laws of kashrut, of repulsive and crawling creatures. So the Rebbe asks a simple question. In the same Torah portion, Parsha Shemini, which the name resembles a powerful day, and powerful things happened, and that same Torah portion we are learned and taught about repulsive and crawling creatures, and impure creatures. So the Rebbe comes up with a powerful phenomenon, he says like this. Ultimately, as a baseline, as an introduction to anything that we do, there has to be a recognition, as the Torah portion tells us, Ani Hashem Elokeichem, I am God, your God. What does that mean? When it says, I am God, your God, it's setting the tone and setting the stage that we need to accept the fact the only reason why we're here and anything exists in the world is because of God. Hebrew, it's called Kabbalah Ol. In English, accepting the fact that God is the creator and runs the world. Once a person accepts the fact that God is the creator and runs the world, then whether you're celebrating Bayom HaShmini, this great day when fire is coming down from heaven, or you're dealing with impure animals and repulsive and crawling creatures, as an introduction you have to remember, Ani Hashem Elokeichem, I am God, your God. That the power that anything exists and stays in existence comes from God. Therefore, every area of your life, from the biggest to the smallest, what is the underlying power? That Hashem runs the world. And if Hashem runs the world, whether it's the greatest thing you're dealing with or the biggest struggle, the passion is the same. Because you are in a relationship with God and realizing that God runs the world. So to answer the question, how can you have passion in every area of your life, is to realize that ultimately God runs the world, God created the world and maintains the world. And whatever you're busy with, from the most lofty ideas to most simple ideas, remember that you are involved in God's world and working with God to make the world a better place. This week's Torah thought is dedicated to the memory of Eliyahu Ephraim ben Yosef. May his Neshama have an aliyah for the Torah that we study in his memory. Thank you so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. Please join us for live classes at Chabad. Thursday morning at 11 o'clock, Nechamie gives a Parsha class. Thursday evening at 7 o'clock, we have classes on Kabbalah based on the teachings of the Arizal. Shabbat morning, 9 o'clock, we have teachings of the Rebbe on mysticism, followed by davening and followed by Kiddush. Shavua Tov, and have a great week.